morning, children. Hope healthy and happy at home. Be safe at home. So let us start a grammar session about reported speech. So today we are starting the class on reported speech. Reported speech. The name itself says you are reporting something to your friend or the other person whom you are talking. Okay, so reporting is nothing but you are narrating something. So it is also called as a narration. Two types of narrating words we have or reported speech we have. Let us see what it is. First one, direct speech, and the second one, indirect speech. Okay, so what is direct speech? The reporting of the words of the speaker without making any changes to it is called direct speech. So what is the meaning here? The reporting of the words of the speaker without making any changes. Whatever the speaker spoke to you, you are reporting, he is telling directly to you. Okay, so those words we call as speech words. Okay, those words are called as speech words. For example, you can see here, they said, we love our country. They said. So said is a reporting verb. We love our country. So these people said, we love our country. We love our country are the speech words. So we kept in inverted commas. So whenever you are speaking something or whenever you are talking about direct speech or writing direct speech, you have to put inverted commas. This is one point regarding direct speech. And then the reported speech is separated from the reporting verb by a comma in between, another point. Okay, so what is the second point here? The reported speech is separated from the reporting verb by a comma. So first thing is putting inverted commas. Second one, the speech words are separated from the reporting verb with a comma in between. And there is another point, third point. In this speech words, the starting letter always should be in capital. This is the third one. So the first word of the reported speech always begins with the capital letter. These are the three words or these are the 3 points we have to learn about direct speech. Now coming to indirect speech. The act of reporting the words of the speaker by making necessary changes to it is known as indirect speech. So what is it here? The act of reporting the words, you are narrating the words of the speaker by making necessary changes in it. You should make some changes in it. Like, this is another point which is very important. What are those necessary changes that we'll learn later on with the help of slides? Now, the changes are nothing but depending on the situation, on tenses, the verb changes. The verb changes according to the tenses by following certain rules. Those rules we have to learn today. Okay. So for this, what is the example for indirect speech? They said that they loved their country. In direct speech we said, they said, comma, opening the inverted commas, we love our country. So people said directly, they said. And here in indirect speech, you are telling to the third person. They said that they loved their country. First thing, love. Love is in simple present indirect speech. And this verb in indirect speech change it to past tense. Okay, so simple verb, simple present verb change it to past tense, loved. So in direct speech, simple present with the verb which is in simple present changes to the verb in past tense in indirect speech. Okay, and they change to their. This is regarding pronoun. So not only verb, even the pronoun changes. They said, we love our country. They said that they love their country. So we change it to they. Is it clear? So not only the verb, even the pronouns changes. This is about direct and indirect speech. And what are the points to be remembered regarding indirect speech? No inverted commas are kept here. You will not find any inverted commas in indirect speech. And one more thing, you will not find any comma also in this. And no inverted commas, no commas. And the tense of the reporting verb is never changed. This reporting verb will not change. Only the speech verbs will change. Is it clear? The reporting verbs will not change, but the verbs in the speech words will change in the indirect speech. This is what we have to learn later on today. Okay? So punctuation marks. One more point is, we will not use any punctuation mark in indirect speech except full stop at the end. Clear, children? So these are the points to be remembered regarding direct speech and indirect speech. Now we learn more by using PPT. Okay. Already we have learnt about definition here. So once again I read it out. Direct or quoted speech is a sentence that reports speech or thought in its original form as phrased by the original speaker. So, is it clear with this? It is a sentence that reports speech or thought in its original form as phrased by the original speaker. Here you will not change anything. Directly the words are said. An indirect speech, which is also called as reported speech, is a sentence that reports speech or thought without quoting the exact words. Here you are not telling the exact words. When you are reporting to somebody, when you say the same exact words, there will be no sense in it. You have to change that somebody said so and so words. So if you say same words there, you will not find any sense in it. Okay. So always in indirect speech, without quoting the exact words, you will be giving that speech. You will be telling those words. Okay. Example. John said, I am very busy now. In direct speech, John said, I am very busy now. And in indirect speech, how it changed? John said that he was very busy then. See how many changes you find here. John said, this is the reporting verb, will not change. I am very busy now. He said, you are telling to the third person. So, John said that he, because John is a boy, so you will get he. I am. Am is in simple present. Should change into simple past. Was. So, John said that he was very busy now. Now changes to then, because there are even changes regarding time and place. That also we learn later on. Okay. So John said that he was very busy then. Hope you all understood the difference here and how to change. We learn more and more by examples, and I will even show you the tables now. So from the above example, you can easily see the difference, that both is that the direct speech is always contain inverted commas, as we have already spoke about it. Always it is in inverted commas, and there are no inverted commas in the indirect speech. Okay, now we'll see the next one. Now this table is about tenses, how the tenses change in reported speech. If you take simple present, and simple present changes to simple past. For example, she always wears a coat. And what is the reported speech? How they changed into indirect speech? He said that She always wore a coat. Is it clear? She always wears a coat. Changed into she always wore a coat. Wears is simple present. Wore is simple past. Okay. So simple present changed to simple past. Now present continuous changes to past continuous. Present continuous changes to past continuous. See the example. I am looking for my keys. I am looking. I am looking is present continuous. He said that he was looking for his keys. I am looking. Change it to was looking. He said that he was looking for his keys. My is a pronoun here. Change it to his keys. Okay. Then past simple changes to past perfect. My friend gave me a bar of chocolate. My friend gave me a bar of chocolate. This gave is a simple past. It is in simple past. He said that his friend had given him a bar of chocolate. Had given. Had plus V3 form. Isn't it? That is a structure of past perfect. Had plus V3 form. So this simple past gave changed to had given. Simple past changes to past perfect. Next, past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. We were living in London. Past continuous. Were living is in past continuous. Isn't it? This past continuous, how does it change now? Past perfect continuous. Let us see it. They said, because we were living in London, how it's changed? Now we'll see. They said that we changes to they. Were living changes to had been living. Because what is the structure for past perfect continuous? Had plus, been plus, were plus, ing. So you can see how it changed. We were living in London. How it changed now? They said that they had been living in London. Past continuous changed to past perfect continuous. Now, present perfect. Present perfect changes to past perfect. See how it happens. She has written 3 letters for her friend. Has written. Has or have plus V3 form. Isn't it? This is the structure for present perfect. Has or have plus V3 form. Has is used for singular. Have is used for a plural. So here present perfect changes to past perfect. She has written 3 letters for her friend. Now what is the answer in reported speech? She said that she had written. Has written changed into had written because had plus V3 form is the structure for past perfect. So she said that she had written 3 letters for her friend. Your present perfect changed to past perfect. Now coming to next one, past perfect. Past perfect changes. There are no changes here. Past perfect remains as it is. Okay. So past perfect, when you are writing in reported speech, the same verb will be written. Let us see how it is. The bread had gone stale. Had gone is past perfect. Had plus V3 form. She said the bread had gone stale. So no change in the verb you will find in past perfect. Coming to the next one, past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous also doesn't change when you are changing into reported speech. Okay, so there are no changes in past perfect and past perfect continuous. Clear? See, he had been teaching in my school for 15 years. He had been teaching. Had plus been plus verb plus ing. This is the structure of past perfect continuous. So, how does it change? They said that he had been teaching in their school in 15 years. Okay. So had been teaching, had been teaching. You will not find any change here. So no changes in past perfect and past perfect continuous. Now coming to the models. Will changes to would. I will finish my report in 2 days. He said that he would finish his report in 2 days. So will change it to would. Clear? Then would. When you write would, they will not find any change. Okay. He would work in the garden. They said that he would work in the garden. So same would is used again in reported speech. Coming to can. Can changes to could. I can speak English. She said she could speak English. Here again you can see the change. Can change to could. Okay. I can speak English. She said she could speak English. And could. When you are talking about could, you no need of changing anything there. So could remains same. He could play in the match. They said he could play in the match. Now shall. Shall change to should or would. Like depending on the situation. So shall changes to would. I shall obey the rules. She said she would obey the rules. Shall change it to would. Should. When you are writing should in direct speech, you will not find any change again in indirect speech. Should remains same should. I should start a job. She said that she should start a job. So should remain as it is there. May. May changes to might. I might invite them to the dinner. So she said that she might invite them to the dinner. So when you are talking might remains same as it is. He might get a flight tomorrow. She said he might get a flight the next day. Again, as I told you, there are changes even regarding place and time. So tomorrow, it is related to time. Tomorrow changes to the next day. Okay. Then must. Must changes to had to. And in most of the time, we can also use must as it is. Okay. So must changes to, it remains must or else had to. I must go to the bank and get some money. She said she must or had to go to the bank and get some money. Okay. And have to. Have to changes to had to. I have to submit the assignment tomorrow. She said she had to submit this assignment the next day. Okay. Is it clear with these tenses, children? Please by heart these changes, how to change, how the tense changes. This is very important in reported speech. Now we'll go with the next slide. So let us see what all we have learned in the previous slide. We'll just go through once again. Simple present changes to simple past. I never eat meat, he explained. He explained that he never ate meat. Eat changed it to ate. Present continues. I am waiting for Anne, he said. He said that he was waiting for Anne. Am waiting changed to was waiting. Present perfect. I have found a flat, he said. He said that he had found a flat. Have found changed to had found. Present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Here present perfect continues. He said, I have been waiting for ages. When past perfect continues. He said that he had been waiting for ages. Have been waiting changed to had been waiting. Then simple past. I took it home with me, she said. She said that he had taken it home with her. Again simple past changed to past perfect. Took is simple past and had taken is past perfect. Now future. He said, I will or shall be in Paris on Monday. He said that he would be in Paris on Monday. Will change to would there. Then future continues. I will or shall be using the car myself on the 24th, she said. said that she would be using the car herself on the 24th. So again, shall be or will be changed into would be. Conditional continuous these are. And another one. I said I would like to see it. I said that I would like to see it, because the same person is telling to the second person there. So here you didn't find change in the pronoun. I remained as it is. Okay. Now next slide. As I told you, there are some changes regarding time and place. This changes to that. There changes to those. Now change to then. Here changes to there. Today changes to that day. Tomorrow changes to the next day. Yesterday changes to the previous day. Last night changes to the previous night. Can into could, may into might, and shall into should. Already we have learned this in the previous examples, isn't it? Now, children, you all know that there are 4 types of sentences. Already you have learned about sentences. There are 4 types of sentences. What are they? Assertive or declarative, imperative, interrogative or exclamatory. Assertive is nothing but the statement, and imperative, all commands, request, order, all these come under imperative. Then interrogative, question form, asking questions, that is interrogative. And then exclamatory. What is exclamatory? When you are showing a strong feeling towards somebody or towards some incident, that is exclamatory. So basing on types of sentences also, the reported speech changes. Let us see how it is. Now we are talking about interrogative sentence. So here all these interrogative, who, what, which, when, where, why, how, all WH questions come under this. So how do they change, or is there any change? Let us see how it is. He said to her, who are you? He asked her who she was. So when you are asking question, even the reported verb changes to asked. Okay. He said, change it to ask. Basing on type of sentence, the reporting verb changes. So here, as the question, as he is asking the question, so asked. We got asked here. He asked her who she was. Who are you? Change it to who she was, because he is asking her who she was. Okay. Next, he said to me, what do you want? Then he asked me what I wanted, because here the person is, second person is he himself. So he said to me, what do you want? He asked me what I wanted. Then he said to you, which book did you buy? He asked you which book you had bought. So what is the question here? He said to you, which book did you buy? Did is again simple past. Simple past changes to past perfect. Already we have learnt in the previous slide. So he asked you which book you had bought. Had plus V3 form. So it is past perfect. Simple past changed into past perfect. Then I said to him, when are you coming back? Then I asked him when he was going back. So here coming change it to going. Are you coming? Which tense it is? Present continuous. Present continuous change it to was going, past continuous. Clear? Then next one. He said to me, how have you done the sum? Then he asked me how I had done the sum. Have you done is again have plus V3 form. Have done is perfect tense, present perfect. Present perfect changes to past perfect. So here I had done. He asked me how I had done the sum. Okay children, this is about interrogative sentences. Now coming to the next slide, we learn about exclamatory sentence. Okay, the words exclaimed with joy or sorrow or wonder, whatever it is. Again, basing on what type of expression, again the verbs, the reported verbs will change. Okay, let us see. He said, "Hurrah, I won a prize." Hurrah is something with joy, isn't it? Because he won a prize. So how did you change into indirect speech? He exclaimed with joy. That's what I am telling you. Basing on the type of expression here. Because I won a prize, something which is happiest one. This is a happy news. So he exclaimed with joy that he had won a prize. Again, one more thing to be noted. One is in simple past changed into past perfect. So these tenses will not change you wherever you go throughout your life. Because if you are in any other jobs or a good profession, wherever you go, English is very important in your life. It plays a vital role in your life. So be careful while learning grammar, because without grammar you can't speak the words properly, you can't express your words properly, you will not get the confidence properly. Okay children, so let us gain confidence by learning grammar. Okay, now she said, "Alas, I failed in exam." I failed, something which is sorrow. So what is the word given here? Alas. So alas is denoted to a sorrowful situation. So she said, "Alas, I failed in exam." She exclaimed with sorrow that she failed in the exam. Okay. Next, John said, "Wow, what a nice shirt it is." So wow, something nice it is. He is feeling he was wondered about it by looking at the shirt. So John said, "Wow, what a nice shirt it is." How it can be written in indirect speech? John exclaimed with wonder that it was a nice shirt. Okay children? So here, with wonder, John exclaimed with wonder. Okay, wow, what a nice atmosphere. So you will get pleasure from that atmosphere. So you are telling wonder, you will feel happy with it. Okay, so this is about exclamatory sentences. Now coming to the next one. Imperative. Already I told you what is imperative, which expresses command, request, advice, suggestion. All these come under imperative. Like open the door, please help me, don't smoke. Open the door, it is like you are asking them, okay, or giving an order. Please help me, it is a request. Do not smoke is an advice. Okay, so advice, request, order. All these come under imperative sentences. Now basing on this, how the reported speech comes, let us see. Okay, I'll give you one example on imperative sentence. Please go back, the other slide, the previous slide. Open the door. I'll give the example for this. The teacher said, "Open the door." So how will you change into indirect speech? Say for example, the teacher said, "Open the door." This is indirect speech. How will you change into indirect speech? This is an order, isn't it? So how will you write? The teacher. What will be the reported verb here? Said changes to ordered. The teacher ordered to open the door. Okay, this is the example for imperative sentence. Please help me. Next one. You can see the next one. Please help me. The boy said, please help me. So what type of sentence it is? Please means he is requesting. Again, said, the reporting verb changes to requested. The boy requested to help me changes to him. The boy requested to help him. Clear, children? This is about imperative sentence. One more we can see, do not smoke. The doctor said to the patient, don't smoke. How will you change it now? The doctor advised the patient don't smoke. Changes to not to smoke. The doctor advised the patient not to smoke. Okay, children? Now coming to the next one. As I already told you about time and place, now change to then. The children are playing outside now. He said that the children were playing outside then. So, are playing. Present continuous. Change it to past continuous and now change it to then. Next, today changes to that day. I have got a piano lesson today. She said that she had got a piano lesson that day. Today changes to that day. Here changes to there. Put the box here. He told us to put the box there. This changes to that. I shall be very busy this week. She said she would be very busy that week. So shall change it to would and this change it to that. Clear? Next. Okay. Already we have learnt about the models. I can swim. Can change it to could. She said I can swim. She said she could swim. She said I must go. She said she had to go. Must change it to had to. She said I may drive there. May changes to might now. So she said she might drive there. She said shall we start? She asked if we should start. So shall change it to should. And as it is in question form, reported verb is asked. Okay. She said shall we start? She asked if we should start. So here you can use the condition if or else whether. You can also use whether. She said I'll call you. She said she would call me. Will change it to would. Okay. Next. So hope you all understood what we have learned regarding tenses, types of sentences, and what else we learned regarding place and time and types of sentences, how they change in reported speech. All these, basing on all these what we have learned, let us go back once again, recollect what are they. Same thing again. Imperative sentences, as I told you, again these are the examples given for imperative sentences. You can go through this slide while doing the worksheet which I am going to give you now. Next. Again, simple past, change into past, past perfect and all. Present continuous, Basing on all this tense chart, how direct and indirect are given. And all these are verb forms. Will, change, could, can, could, must, had to, may, might, shall, should. Okay? And regarding pronouns, we have to be careful. Don't tell him, he said. He asked me not to tell him. So, don't tell him, he said, because he himself is telling this to you. That's why him doesn't change here. Basing on pronouns, we have too many again. We'll take that in the next class. All this you have already learned regarding time and all. So you can go through this slide properly as a recollection. Next. How the tense changed. Why I have given you too many slides basing on the same thing. Grammar should be learned again and again by practice. Same like mathematics, grammar also needs practice. Until and unless you do many sentences, you will not be able to be fluent in English. So I have given too many examples, too many sentences for your understanding's sake. Okay children? Next. Now we will go with the worksheet. So what all we have learned till now, go through all the slides once again and try to write the answers for this worksheet. I will be looking at it in the next class. So complete your homework, home task and show it to me in your next class. Thank you children.